Hi, friends. How's everybody tonight? Hopefully we don't have too much of a lag. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hi, Rob. Hi, everybody. Blanket, hello.
Hey, Nikki. Hi,
Leah. We're so glad you guys made it. Let me turn this down. So we have a couple of things that we want to talk about. We just wanted to connect with you guys really quick. Our dogs are playing in the background, so we apologize if they're being loud. You will see the Nightbot drop some links in the chat, and those links are there for the people, well, the channels that really were checking on Teresa every day, pretty much. And we wanted to make sure, thanks. We wanted to make sure that we gave them a special shout out tonight. We had a lot of people that were really praying, but we had like a nice group of friends that were checking on us every day. So you'll see their links. And so you'll see their links in the chat. And they're really great channels and friends. So you might want to check them out. And what we're going to do to start tonight is Teresa wants to tell everybody kind of what she experienced. I know that there's a lot of there's a lot of kind of misinformation out there, kind of what she went through, because we had a lot of people not really knowing, and it was hard for us to say what was going on because we really didn't know from day to day. But Teresa will give you kind of the synopsis. So that way, if you do have someone close to you or if you yourself experiences symptoms like this, you can maybe get yourself to the doctor or the hospital. And with that, I will let Teresa.
No, we're not playing fact or crap.
You're so funny. I'll let Teresa kind of give you the beginning and what she experienced the night before and then when she got up.
Okay. At like 3 a.m. on Wednesday at 3 a.m., I wasn't feeling good. I had trouble breathing. I had a fever. I didn't know I had a fever. They can hear me. The microphone's on there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I'll just put it there just in case.
I had cold shakes. I didn't know what was going on. About 2 hours later, I came downstairs because I thought I was just sick. I've been sick before with a fever, but I couldn't breathe. And then my mom woke up and she was like, "What's wrong?" I said, "I can't breathe." And then she looked up symptoms and everything. So she called the ambulance and they took me and I got in the hospital. When I got there, they did 4 COVID tests on me. I was one of the first to get the rapid response on the COVID test, but it was negative. Huh?
Talk a little louder.
I'm talking loud.
Okay.
It was negative. But they were confused about what was going on because I still had trouble breathing and I had all the symptoms of COVID, which is fever, trouble breathing, like just feeling really nauseous. And
headache.
Headache. I had a really bad headache. So I was negative, but they still kept me in the ER for a little bit. My heart rate kept on going like to 140 to 120 to 130 and then back down to 110, and my oxygen was really low. So they had to put me on oxygen, and then they're like, "We have to admit you to the hospital because your oxygen levels aren't staying where they need to be." But whenever I got up, my heart rate shot up like really high.
Yeah, you were in the high 80s for the oxygen.
Yeah, high 80s for oxygen, which I'm 20, so I should have 100% oxygen at all times.
Hey, JS.
But so I got admitted to the hospital. The next day, they did 5 more tests on me because they did a CAT scan on me and they found the virus in my lungs of pneumonia. So they thought it was COVID-19.
Show them how they do the tests. Like what they do, because a lot of people think they.
Well, that was a CAT scan. They did a CAT scan.
No, the nose thing.
Yeah, the nose thing. It goes like here. And I did 4 of them the first time I got there. So they had to do 5 more to see if I had it, because they thought I was false negative. So they did 5 more, and it hurts. I did 9 COVID tests, and like people usually only do 2 because there's not a lot of them out there, but they did 9 on me for some reason, because they wanted to make sure I didn't have it. And then so I kept on getting a high heart rate, couldn't breathe. So they kept me in the hospital till
and you had
Sunday.
A fever. You had a fever.
Yeah, I had a fever
from Wednesday to Saturday.
No,
you broke it.
From Friday. Friday I broke it.
I thought it was Saturday morning.
I don't know.
She had a fever for quite a long time. And the doctor actually says that if you have a low grade fever, it's a good thing because your body's fighting off, the bacteria or whatever. So she had spiked the first night at 102 to 103. And we were getting kind of worried because they say the danger zone's like 105. So that's why I was really kind of quiet last week. I had people that knew that she was in the hospital, but I didn't really want to say what was going on because we didn't know.
Nope, not even the doctors knew. They knew that I had pneumonia, but they didn't know if I had the full virus going on. So we were kind of all in the dark. And then, so I was just in the hospital until my breathing got right. And then Sunday, I finally was able to, I still have trouble breathing now. I can't do a whole bunch of things at once, but I can like do little things without having to sit down or feeling lightheaded all the time.
Yeah, she has an inhaler.
I have an inhaler now. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're just seeing if there's going to be any lasting effects. And they let her finally go on Sunday night. And I think Monday you slept like 20 hours.
Yeah, I've been sleeping a lot.
So she's been sleeping a lot. It's been really quiet here. And we were back and forth to whether we wanted to, if we were even going to go live this week, because you just don't know from day to day. So as a parent, I'll tell you what I did for those of you that have children. So I don't consider her a child, but she came downstairs. It was 6 a.m. She doesn't get up that early. She's like, Mom, I can't breathe. And I immediately went on the CDC site, put her symptoms in. They said to call 911. I called 911, and I guess they have a special dispatch that they push you to.
They gave me antibiotics, May.
Yeah, she's on antibiotics.
I just took my last pill today.
And so they push you to this, I guess it's a COVID team. And so then they are asking questions, and I'm asking her questions, and they said, we're sending the paramedics, and they were at the house within 5 minutes. But here in Las Vegas, I don't know how it is everywhere in the United States, but they do not come in the house. She had to meet them outside. I think they're just doing that for their protection, which is fine. And I think the scariest thing for me was, her not being able to breathe. And they, everybody kind of probably has heard the breathing thing and all that. Please, 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 if you know your body and you know that you cannot breathe, don't chance it. What the guy on the 911 told me, because I was like, well, why don't I just drive her there? And he said, well, do you want her to go to the front of the pack, or what do you want her to do? And so I was like, well, I'm not going to risk it. So that's why we had the ambulance come. And because the ambulance came, she got right in there. I believe because we acted so fast on her symptoms, it didn't have time to really set.
Yeah.
The doctors were saying she had all the symptoms for COVID-19, but she did have bilateral pneumonia. So hopefully
no, they didn't let anybody stay with me.
No, she was alone. And that's another reason why I was kind of like off YouTube, because, you know, I don't want to miss a phone call from her. Her schedule for sleeping was, you know, she could sleep for an hour and then call me, or sleep for 6 hours and then call me. So I wanted to be available. Like, I don't think her dad and Nikki and I got much sleep in those 5 days. So, but I will say on the breathing thing, if you cannot breathe, please don't chance that, because that is really what the big thing is the breathing.
The biggest thing is that we didn't want me to get on an intubation tube.
Yeah. We didn't want her to be intubated, which we were very happy when, I think it was really on Saturday, where I said, you know, they're going to give you probably a breathing test and you got to start training yourself and seeing if you can breathe without the oxygen. And so she would go off of it for like an hour and then put it on. Where she had the most trouble is when she was leaving the bed and going into the bathroom, and then coming back and walking. She was having a really hard time breathing. But like I said before, I want to thank all of you all, because I know we're online and all that. And I want to thank everybody that sent prayer emojis in chats. If you were in chats, and like JS, Double Deuce, Lucky Dog. I'm trying to think all the people that went live that we were in. I think Naomi, they put some Lucky Beach, Queen Cash, Scratch Queen 407. I'm just trying to think on the top of my head, like the people that went live during that 5 days, that, and all the people that were in those chats. Teresa and I want to thank you all, because we had, it was scary. And for a moment there, I was like, you know, if my child dies, you know, things are going to be incredibly difficult for me.
Teresa Strong.
So yeah, we did the Teresa Strong. Actually, her dad came up with that, and it was kind of like, okay. So we kind of went with that, and we would have like family, you know, messenger, where we'd have like 4 or 5, you know, everybody talking. And even then she would have a hard time communicating. Like, she would get tired even listening.
There's times where I just like stayed silent. I just listened to,
you know, I just really, really, really want to thank everybody for, you know, putting those prayer emojis in the chats. I also want to thank those of you, because we are real people, even though we have a YouTube channel. I want to thank those people that reached out to me offline and were constantly asking. And you're seeing, like I said before, you're seeing their links dropping in the chat right now. I want to really thank you guys all for really thinking about my daughter, because I was really scared. And I hope we get through this. Before we have a thing that Teresa won that we just got, and we were going to open it yesterday when it came, but I was like, let's wait to open it, because it's from one of our channel friends. So Teresa's going to open that. We're going to switch really quick, but I'm going to talk about a couple videos that we put up, and I'm going to talk a little bit about
thank you,
what we're planning on doing. And sorry, I'm not reading the chat right now.
Yeah.
So
sorry.
What?
No, I'm not a Raiders fan. I didn't get I think Lucky Lynn said it the other day. I didn't have amnesia.
Yeah, she didn't have an epiphany, is what it is. JS, she didn't have an epiphany. And not that this matters, because this isn't really a true Sin City sound, but if you guys can smash that like button, our goal, our record is what? 40, 42. But that would be great. Oh, Timer 66 is in here. All right, so we're going to switch, and then I'm going to talk about the couple videos really quick. I don't want to get too much in here. If anybody sees Tomahawk Coins come in the chat, please let me know. So, see, I can't read the chat and look at here. I'd have to like do my phone like, hey. So really quick, I wanted to talk about the 2 videos that we put out. So we put out the this online bullying, and it was originally called Trolls, Moles, and Souls. And I think people didn't really understand that title. So we put out, please stop online bullying and social profiling. And the reason I made that video is because, the one thing it does when, your child is in, and I call her a child, but she's a grown woman. When your child is in the hospital and you're sitting there and you're going, please God, or please universe, or please somebody, some higher power, please let her get through this.
Oh, one thing that happened, the nurse left my room one time, shut off the light.
Oh yes, we had spirits in with her.
And it was
turned
really
back on.
Weird. It was flickering.
The light was flickering and it was shut off. It was really weird. So what I will say is, I've been kind of pulling back and watching a lot of the live streams all over the place, all different size channels, all different, just big channels, small channels, whatever. And I think that for me, I got to the point where it was like, this is ridiculous. Like, we started our channel to meet amazing people, to give amazing information as locals, as a local view, and to have fun. And we have been targeted ourselves. We have our own channel moles, I guess you would say. And I just think that, of course, it's probably a lot to do with everybody being out of work. But I think that, and I have had other channels that have reached out to me that have had some issues. And I guess in my creative way, I was like, this isn't right. And people need to start realizing that just because you're behind a keyboard doesn't mean that it gives you a carte blanche to be evil and mean. And that's why I created that video, because I feel like, it's one thing to chit chat with your friends and offline, but when you're putting it out for the whole world to see and you're possibly trying to ruin someone's channel or their reputation, I think that goes into another realm. And so what I'm going to say right now is nothing is going to deter Teresa and I. We did not do this for money or anything other than meeting people, sharing the information. Those of you that have been with us from the very beginning in our live streams know exactly why we do live streams, know exactly why I have started the U1 gaming system series to teach people. And so for us, we want to make sure that we are making that kind of stance that if you need the tea or want the tea, this is probably not the channel for you, and that's fine. But if you want to come and have a good time and know what's going on in Vegas and connect with people that are starting an offline club, we're a great channel for you. So I just wanted to address that. And then I also put an update on what's going on in Vegas. So there's a lot of speculation right now with Vegas. There's a lot of politics, which I'm not really going to get into politics tonight because I'm not really a big politic person. I kind of follow it, but there's a lot of politics between our mayor and our governor. And also a lot of people don't realize, and I put this on the video if you have not seen it, I've been in a lot of chats. People are like, well, what's going on with Vegas and when the strip's going to open and and there's a lot of people saying some really negative stuff about Las Vegas. And I just want to say, don't ever come here again. If you hate it, then don't come. Honestly, this is the entertainment capital of the world. People come here to have fun, to kind of escape from their regular lives. But we have 2.6 million people, actually, I think it's 2.799 people in this city. And we only have 3.8. You might want to look at that on your phone if it.
Sounds good, Claudia. Thank you.
Okay, honey. Thanks, Claudia. So we have, getting back to what I was saying, can you look at it on your phone? So, because it makes it easier for me. What are we doing? Because I don't want to miss someone's question. If someone had a question, I want to make sure that you're grabbing it. So if you have a question, I'm sorry. I just want to get this out. So like I was saying, we have 2.799 in Metro million in Metro. That's people that live here, work here, go to school here, raise their families here. And I know that when you're kind of in that tourist, I'm going there to visit, you don't think about that. But we only have 3.8 million people in the entire state. So we're about 80% of the population of the entire state. So it is very prevalent for not just Vegas, it's prevalent for Nevada to have a plan of how we're going to open, when we're going to open, how it's going to look like. And it doesn't, I've seen a lot of negative thing about our mayor and whatever her intentions are misconstrued as or whatever. What I do know is her and her husband have served as civil servants for this city for 21 years. And we have grown expeditiously from 1999 to 2020. So I think maybe because she's 80, because she is 80, she's older than a lot of people think she is. She gets a lot of probably questions from, people are constantly emailing her office. Like, when are we going to open? I need to feed my family. And I know, and I understand, I've had a couple people say, Vegas is not the only one affected. I know that there's many, every city, every state, everywhere in the United States is affected, but I'm not going to give reports on other cities. I'm going to give reports on what's going on here. So I wanted to just throw out that video really quick and just say, right now we're on phase 0, people. And my camera just fell.
Well, you're banging the table.
Yeah, sorry. I just knocked the camera over. Oh, I have never eaten their string bean, but I do want to eat there one day. So what I will say to you is Las Vegas is on phase 0. What that means to us, there's no step plan for phase 1 yet. We're hoping on Monday, the governor has his phase 1 of what that will include, and then phase 2, and so on and so on. I will tell you, and I was talking to another friend of mine that has a slot channel. I personally think that downtown will open before the Strip. Why do I personally feel that downtown will open before the Strip? Well, because the Strip is in the unincorporated, if you haven't watched our video, the Strip is in the unincorporated portion of Clark County. So the mayor does not have any jurisdiction over that. And I'm actually going to do a video on like the history of that. So people can kind of understand what that's all about. So the mayor, if he lifts a band, governor lifts the band, the mayor will probably, I think the downtown casinos are not, they're big, but they're not as massive as the ones on the Strip typically. So they'll probably end up opening before. This slot channel that I talked to has some contacts at Cosmo, and they said that it would take approximately 2 weeks for the mega resorts to, they got to order food. They got to sanitize all the rooms. They have to, you just don't, like, that's what I'm trying to make people understand. You just don't flip the switch, turn the machines on, and you're back live. It doesn't work like that. It's a process. They have to order food. They have to get everybody back in.
They have to get drinks.
I mean, it's like opening a new business, but in a massive, I think I read like the other day, Wynn has 15,000 employees. So if that gives you an idea of how many people actually work in one casino, it's insane. So you can't like just call everybody and go, hey, come back to work tomorrow and we're open. And because they have it laid out, how the slot machines have to be laid out, how the poker machines have to be laid out, how the blackjack tables have to be laid out. All they're probably going to have to shift their whole entire casino floor. So it will be a process.
And they can't do anything until they get the go ahead. So they can't even like prepare to do any of this stuff until we get the okay.
Yeah.
From the governor.
See, and you know, like I don't know if Shush is in here, but like Arizona, we have been locked down. We got locked down at midnight on the 18th of March. Arizona got executive order go April 7th, and I'm hearing that they're gonna probably open before us. So there's just everybody, you know, is opening on different times and everything. And then they also have to take into consideration this. So Rob is in New York. Rob, you're in New York or Connecticut. Where are you at, Rob?
New York.
I thought he was in New York. So let's say Rob's in New York. And let's say they open in New York on the 20th. Well, is everybody going to flood that wants to come to Vegas, going to flood into Vegas? Because the airlines are still running people. I mean, the airlines are a federal thing, you know, they're still running. So what they're thinking is, you know, we might have all these people coming in from different areas and this and that and everything. And we have to be completely and utterly, you know, prepared for that. So you know, it is scary. I don't know how Teresa feels, but you know, it is scary because we don't know what's going to happen. Did Tomahawk come in? No. We don't know what's going to happen. So I just want to let you guys know we will probably be putting, thanks, Lucky Lens. Yes, you did in Cali. May 30th. Wow. That's a long time. I don't know. You know,
everyone's
the casinos.
Governor is different.
Yeah. May 1st. See, we're not going to be open May 1st. I can tell everybody right now.
Our
May 1st would be. We were originally supposed to be shut down until April 30th. May 1st, basically. That's not going to happen. We're not even on phase
Our
1
governor
yet.
hasn't given us any valuable information.
Thank you, Lucky.
Basically.
So what I want to say is, if you have plans to come here in May, it's probably not looking good. Because if he says, okay, well, we're going to reopen, let's say on the 15th.
Businesses. It's going
to start with a lot of small businesses first. So let's say he's going to say May 15th, we're going to lift. Well, then you have to understand that the casinos then have to get their people in. So smaller casinos would open probably, which, you know, those are the ones I go to.
My work is going to open on May 1st.
Yeah, Teresa works at Finley Cadillac, by the way. If you ever want a Cadillac.
I just had a meeting with my work today, and they said they're not going to open on May 1st. So nobody knows when businesses are going to open. The governor hasn't really told us anything valuable of when things are done.
Yeah, we're not really getting any kind of, like, I watched the whole entire governor address, and I watched it with a friend of mine. That's another slot channel. And we were just like, what? And it was just like, can we have, you know, we're not even, like, I think there was one person that said, well, where do our numbers need to be? Even though we're like, if you look at us on a map, I think the last time I checked, we were like 160 deaths and like 4,000 cases. We're kind of on the lower scale, but I don't think they're really looking at where we are in Nevada. What they're looking at is the people coming into Nevada and, you know, possibly bringing the sickness here.
Hey, Martin. Hey, Wayne.
Hi, Wayne. I was hoping to see you tonight. So that's, you know, if you missed any of that, I'm going to leave this replay up tonight, and then you can rewatch it. So, okay. So one thing I want to do is do the box. So a couple weeks ago, It doesn't fit on camera. Maybe put it on the chair and open it, or you might have to stand up. So a couple weeks ago, Teresa was in Lucky Dog Slots chat, and they were doing Lucky. Tell if I know Lucky's in here somewhere. He's probably listening to me in the background. What was the name of the game? Splat Fly, or I don't know. It was Fly Splatter, or I don't even know. Thanks, Double. If I missed anybody, I will. I definitely will be watching the replay and reaching out to you on your Lie Swatter. Thank you, Lucky. So, Lucky Dog got this. She's gonna get the. So Teresa won this huge basket. See this, and it's like huge. It's an Easter basket. So she won this on the Lie Swatter game, and we got it yesterday. And I was like, you know what? We need to wait and open that tomorrow and see what it is. But is Casanova in here? Casanova, are you in here, Casanova? They may or may not be. So Teresa was a neck and neck with, was it John or was it Ashley that was?
I think it was,
I think it was John.
I think it was John.
Yeah, so Teresa was neck and neck with John from Casanova on this game. And
oh, there's stuff in there.
So let's see what we got. Ooh, Teresa liked those.
Hey, I got a joke.
Hey, how did you know? I love, this is all we eat. Here. Well, not all we eat. You got a what?
I got a joke.
You got a joke.
Where did the spaghetti go to the dance?
Where did the spaghetti go to the dance? I don't know.
The meatball.
The meatball. So it's a ball and it's a meat. Did that come from your Uncle Joe?
No.
So we got some Sour Patch Kids, and I love this bracelet. Getting lucky tonight. We got 2 of them. She got the Barbie question right. A child, I got to tell you guys, loathes girly stuff and Barbie stuff, okay? I bought her all these Kelly little, you know, the Kelly Barbies. I bought her like 20 of them. I ended up selling them in the box in a yard sale. Never opened. The child would never play with Barbies, but she gets a Barbie question right. It's insane. So we got our bracelets. Thank you, Lucky. And what else did we get?
We got a Super Bang cat bomb.
Oh, you know who would love that?
Who?
Ashton.
Probably.
Our nephew. This is cool. This is a cool cup, Lucky. It's like silicone. It is the coolest cup. This is my new favorite cup. This is from the Warhawk Museum, and we lived for 19 years in Boise, Napa, all that area, and we know the Warhawk very well. And it was just weird. She won it, and we lived there for so long.
My favorite Laffy.
You wanted that cup. Well, let me tell you something, Ashley, because you are our. I would the chat would get sick if I had to tell everybody how much I love Ashley and John. But Teresa and I decided, so we have 2 cups, right? So Teresa and I decided we're giving you the shot glass, Casanova. So when you come here, when you come to Vegas, which I know will be, or if I come to Oklahoma, this is your shot glass. This is your consolation. We're going to share. Yes, we're going to share our gift with you. And because we have so many shot glasses here, we do not need another one. So this is since Teresa kicked John in the balls on the Barbie question, we are going to give you guys this shot glass. Okay. Spreading the love, spreading everything. So that's yours. You're welcome. Teresa loves baseball hats. I only wear one, which is my POW baseball hat.
Got some lip balm. I actually need that.
Oh, that's good. What is it called?
Stiff upper
Stiff
lip
upper.
balm.
Is this made in Idaho?
New York.
Made in New York. What else we got? Oh, bath bombs. We love bath bombs. And what else was in here? There's a whole bunch of stuff in here. There's candy.
Ooh, Twizzlers.
There's mints. Twizzlers. You put all kinds of stuff in here, Lucky Dog. What I can say is Lucky Dog makes good baskets. I have no idea what this is.
It's a rubber ducky.
No, it's hard. It's a hard ducky. I might have to use that as a bingo, like a little bingo.
Wait.
Is there an afro in here?
There's not an afro in here.
You want Teresa to wear an afro now. I see you.
Ooh, gummy snacks.
This has candy in it, I think. But I'm going to use this as a bingo thing. So, yes.
Magnetic bagagami. I don't know.
No, it's called, my daughter just called this bagagami. And I do believe it's backgammon.
I don't know. I don't play.
But she doesn't know. But we're going to teach her how to play. I know backgammon very well.
So we got this big box of bath bombs.
Okay, so
It smells really good.
when Ashley, when you come to Vegas, or any of my friends come to Vegas, Helen, you guys can let me know what flavor you want for your bathtub in your hotel room, and I will bring you guys one of these bath bombs. Because I used to be in the spa industry, so I had a beauty supply forever, so I get bath bombs all the time.
Oh, it's lip
So
balm.
just let me know. I'll put the list when you guys come. I'll be let you know what you can choose for the bath bombs.
It's lip balm.
Yes, Helen, right? Helen's, I'm there. I'm coming.
It's lip balm.
Oh, look, guys. Okay, Lucky Dog, I want to know where you got these. It's a lip balm. It's a lip balm. That is adorable. That's going to be awesome for bingo. All right.
Well, how's that? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lucky Dog. I really appreciate it. So just, we're not going to be doing Sin City Sound tonight. I know. It's just a lot of work. And yeah, okay. Well, I want to know where you're secretly getting it. So we'll have to chat. So we're not going to be doing music tonight.
Double deuce. 22.
We're not going to be doing music tonight. We want to have a full show for you guys. So we will be back next Friday.
Dad, I told that joke.
We will be back next Friday to do Sin City Sound. Now,
Did you miss it?
if Johnson Apollo or somebody is in here, one of my mods, Helen, if you guys could drop a couple times, not like right back to back, but as we're talking, because I don't know if Nightbots dropped it, our Facebook group. Now, here's the thing. We started a Facebook group, and I understand people, there's a million Facebook groups. I'm probably in 50 Facebook groups. We started the Facebook group because we do manual music, which means we have albums and CDs, and we're adding to the collection all the time. And so Teresa and I have been talking about it, and it's way super easy to pull music before our live. So this is what we're going to start doing. Here's more. If you haven't watched the 3-2-1 video on our group, it's how you build points for giveaways. It's a really quick video, just kind of telling you how to get points. We are going to add more points to that video. So if you pre-request music for our live, you will get points for that. It'll probably be 2 points or 3 points. I haven't figured it out yet, but I will be putting that up in the group. 2 songs per person, please. Just because we want to make sure that everybody is able to get their song heard. And then also I'm going to start doing points. If you have watched our video that week and you've commented on our video, we'll start having secret words in our videos again. So you will get points for the comments as well. So we really want to start building that. And we have been working on kind of information and what we are going to do as soon as Vegas opens. So this is kind of actually a good time for us because it makes us be super creative and go, okay, what else do we want to add to our channel here? So we have a lot of plans. We have decided that we are going to only do Sin City Sound. What did we decide? Twice a month. So when we get open. So this month we'll probably do it for the next 3 weeks. And then once Vegas opens, we'll be doing it twice a month, which those schedules will be in the group. And I want to really stress, if you know somebody that maybe lives alone, wants to be part of a really fun time, and loves music, please feel free to invite them into the group. You get points. We can see who's invited who. We want to make sure that there's people that, they're not just sitting at home. It's a very depressing time for some people. I worked in long-term care facilities for a long time. So I guess my spirit is just really connected to the elderly. And so let's make sure we remember those friends that might not have a bunch of family around, that might love to be a part of what we do here at Sin City. And if anybody has any questions, and if you've asked me a question and I haven't seen it, please put it in the chat now if you can re-ask, and then we'll do some answering questions, and then we will say good night. And I don't know if we're on like a 5-second delay or a 10-second.